Hello Minecraft gamers, my name is Appleguy and welcome back to more Minecraft. In the previous video we built this system over here with the villagers that will automate their opening and closing cycles that I actually turned off because in the last video at the end we found out that if a villager is somewhere on the other side then they won't get to their bed in time. And I want to make sure that they are able to indeed get to their beds, which are going to be inside of that house, so they won't get locked out and have to survive the night on their own. In today's video we're going to be working on the house. We should be finishing the upper layer, not the roof though. We should just the second floor, and then we'll get on to doing some furnishing later on. I figured I'd take you guys on the adventure of chopping down trees though, because this is always fun and something I usually devote to either off camera or on a live stream. But of course I want to showcase as much Minecraft as possible here on the channel. Now we are getting not really towards the end of this farm project, but we are going to be finishing up the house pretty soon within this episode, or the next two episodes, two maybe three. And after that I want to do silos for the automatic pumpkin and automatic melon farms, maybe do something with cactus, and then we'll call it done. And oh, well obviously we also need to fill out all the grass that goes around here, but that's, you know, probably not going to be done on tape. Or on video, on tape, like I'm recording this on a tape. No, on video. So, maybe it's probably a really generous estimate to say 7 episodes left of this project, before of course we move on to something bigger. Now of course I have been working on the background to gather up some books for the armor pieces that I'm doing. I think I'm gonna just take what armor we have at this point and roll with that. So hopefully that will allow us to get a large portion. I also grabbed all the wrong wood, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, this is my days, and I had plenty of wood to begin with. Okay, remember all that fun stuff we just did? Pretend it didn't happen. Anyway, we will be able to start working on. No, what was I talking about? The next thing I want to do. Right, bosses. I want to get back on the PvE grind here. We had our very terrible loss to the Wither, and we need to settle that score relatively soon, because I do not want that lingering over my head as we progress further into the series. And obviously Ender Dragon is going to be something we have to take care of eventually, because I want to start building with some of the end blocks, like the particularly end rods are cool to build with, and maybe I'll find something to do with the purpur. And, wow, I'm saying a lot. I'm a terrible commentator right now. What I was gonna say, without delaying, because I am a professional, is that I do have interest in doing something with endstone, even if that just... I said again! Wow! Even if it just ends up being something sort of weird, something kind of one-off, I will find a way to use endstone. Also, wow, building with slabs is really awful. How much do I have left? Only 6? I don't know if you guys can, you guys can't tell, but I have a microphone in front of me, and I have to peek around that in order to see the bottom screen. The bottom of the screen, not the bottom screen. This isn't a Nintendo DS. I do have to peek around to see the bottom of the DS as well, but that is a separate problem. Yeah, so I have to peek around to see the hotbar, and that can get a little upsetting. Oh, I need to chop this down, right. So, I usually when I build, I either have some interesting topic to discuss or I make something up on the spot. And I don't know what I'm feeling about talking like today. What I'm feeling about talking like is the sentence I guess I'm gonna roll with. So we will talk about first thing that comes to mind. First thing, anything that comes to the mind. I really like apple as a fruit. Yep. People ask me where my username comes from sometimes, and I give different stories each time I'm asked. The real story is that my dad made me my first Minecraft account in 2011, or 2012 actually. One of those 2 dates. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna make it under my username. His username was Appleguy2K. I feel like I've told this story before, probably because I have. And me, I'm all cool and hip with the branding, and I'm like, ooh, you're gonna give me numbers? I don't like numbers. So I always was Appleguy to everyone, you know? The name said Appleguy2K, but I was Appleguy. Or just Apple to some. because people like shorthand. So in light of me being Apple Guy 2K, I became Apple Guy 2K on everything, on Steam, on anything for the most part. Anything where I need to make an account. And that gave way to me being like, well, I don't like numbers, so what can I use instead of numbers? And then that gave birth to like Apple Guy TV, Apple Guy YT, which is, you know, what I'm on for some things. And ultimately, it gave way to just Apple Guy. Now, I didn't fully commit to being just Apple Guy until on Twitch, my Twitch account, I was able to land that username. I originally signed up to Twitch with the username AppleGuy2K_, because Apple Guy 2K was taken. So I was like, okay, this is awful. I can't get my main username or a username that doesn't have numbers in it. So what do we do instead? So I'm looking over at the recording time, that's why I take pauses. Instead, we go Apple Guy 2K TV _. Apple Guy 2K _, not TV _. I'm not that weird. Right, so that sucks. I got by, eventually got over it. I was like, yep, that's my name, I guess. And then I went to change it. I'm like, okay, I'm sick of this. I'm no longer over it. I want to change it to something. And of course, the mighty Twitch gods were like, well, he wants to change it. Happy birthday. It wasn't my birthday. But I look up, I go, Apple Guy 2K, and it says name unavailable. I'm like, ah, great, someone's still using it. So I think I delete the 2K, I think. I'm like, what could go here instead? And the little name checker says, yeah, that's a good name. And I was like, you're telling me Apple Guy is an available name? And they're like, yeah, you're good. So I sniped that as fast as I could, and never looked back since. So I officially changed everything to Apple Guy. Now that's a cool story, but what's even cooler is there's someone on Twitch named Apple Guy TV, and I always try and catch him live, and I never do. I want to catch him live one of these days, and just be like, hey man, what's up? Nice name. And see how he reacts. Because I have the name we all wanted, we being me and him. And he didn't get it, but I did. So, nice. That's a funny story to tell. Alright, let's get some, do I want to put it? I'm going to stretch that window down there. I think that looks really nice if we stretch these windows that are here in the stairway here. Of course, under the stairway, if you haven't heard, there's going to be a hidden passageway with a lever. It probably won't be that hidden, it'll probably just be over here. You flick that and it'll open up a passageway down into the basement, where I'll probably keep most of the villagers' beds and the workstations as well. That one can stay regular. See this little bit of strange shaping here? How you break the conditional 2 2, or sorry, yeah. It's 3 3 3 2 and then it transitions all to 2s. That gives that part of the house something interesting to look at. You're like, huh, that's a little strange. Of course, they'll also come back with buttons because buttons are a builder's best friend. Builders and redstoners can both agree that buttons are very, very great. Because one uses them to test their products, the other one uses their supply to make things look that much nicer. Of course, we're also going to say protected here from the outdoor elements. That doesn't need to be a window now, does it? Nope. Oop, there we go. I don't think that was a window downstairs either, so I don't feel too bad about that. Here we go. Boom bang. And, oh, we got this little curve here. Nobody panic. It's just a curve. Okay, start panicking. I don't have any more of the supplies that I need. Alright, let's see. Do we have available sand? We got sand. Okay. We only have enough for... There we go, and there we go. So that's 16 sand, if my memory serves me right, which means I need 2 of these, and I'll take it over to the kitchen. Pop them in. There we go. Oh, it's 17. I grabbed 1 extra from somewhere. There we go. Okay, 16, proper. And that'll give us the amount that we need for our build. Well, at least the top part of our build. I'm not really liking the way that these slabs have to hang down, so I might move all the lighting either to under the floor like we see here, but that'll also ruin the basement if it's in the way of the basement. Shouldn't be though. And then also the other option was putting them all on tables like I have outside. See how those are just sitting on top? Which, by the way, this wraparound porch is really, really good. I'm actually a big fan of this. It makes it look like I'm actually sitting here. It's not a full wraparound, but it could go further actually. Maybe we extend the porch out that way. I don't know. It's like a wide porch. That's like the important thing. This house, it's starting to take some shape, you know? It'll obviously look nicer at this point now when we have the final roof on top, because it looks a little tall on the top. Or a little short on the top, my apologies. Tall on the bottom. We don't want that to happen. Yeah, we built up some walls today. That's good. Let's look at... Well, hold on. Let's actually get our... I was gonna say, let's take a little look, but I want to get my panes in place first. People have been asking me, IRL, not in the YouTube comments. Although if you do want to leave me a YouTube comment, I do read those. They've been asking me what the deal is. Oh, I need to get into a crafting table. That's weird. Hello? There it is. Yeah, people have been asking me what where I get inspirations to build. I have a world with some friends here on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and they'll always come to me, they'll say, hey, what do you think of this combination? What goes well with this block? And I'll say, whoa, you're way ahead of yourself. What are you looking to build? And they'll go, a house. I said, well, what kind of house? And they'll go, a mansion. I said, well, what kind of mansion? And then they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, elementary, my dear Watson, there's a wide variety of building styles that you must consider. And that's like step one of builds. You need to figure out what you're building and in what style it will be built in. And that will lead you into some of the easier aspects, or at least will give some guidance to what you're doing. And then obviously, of course, establishing a palette is hugely important, where you kind of just lay out all the blocks you're going to use and you say, okay, these look nice together, I'm not really digging this one, and also purple doesn't really go with my wooden house design, so I'm gonna have to find either a creative way to put purple in or leave that idea off entirely. And that's sort of step two is paletting, and then gathering resources, clearing space. I have a friend, and I thought he was cheating for the longest time, because I would log on every day, and he would just have like a giant house built, you know? And I'm like, that house is really good, you don't play this game that much, where'd you get this idea from? And then he's a very open book, he's like, YouTube, I watched a tutorial. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he had like this huge thing of wooden logs, you know? It was like a giant castle made out of wooden logs, and he goes, yeah, I just copied that off YouTube. I was like, oh, well, thanks for being honest, because I didn't believe you if you said you built it yourself, because there's no way you would have gotten that many oak logs naturally. But alas, he did build it all by himself. Alrighty, so I'm content with today's progress. We've done a bit. We got the second story going here. Yeah, I really like those windows back there. Hold on, let's admire these windows for a couple seconds. The three wide stretch is so nice. You can see out to the Three Stooges village. Nothing out that way. Hey, I can see my house from here. And we'll start heading... I know we haven't been to there for a while. And you see the office just there in the distance. Cool. Yeah, we got all our builds and you can see them all. And then of course there's that. How many episodes did that take to build? I feel like that didn't take as long as this is taking. But it was also a lot more repetitive. And I know I did some of that on live stream. Yeah, so... Let's see, is there anything else I want to do? No, I think I'm going to call it here. Alright, yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and tell your friends about the series if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot when you guys spread my videos around. That being said, that is going to be it for me, so I will see you guys back here next time. Until then, as always, take care.